Hey, good morning. It's March the 23rd. Thanks for joining me. Looking at some crypto today. I haven't looked at crypto for a while. When you look at the chart, you can see why we're not exactly going anywhere. Bitcoin up on the screen at the moment, trading around $42,000, which is basically where we were trading in the second week of January. We've been down a bit towards the end of January. We've been up a bit in February, towards the middle of February, down a bit towards the end of February, up a bit towards the beginning of March. And as you can see, these parameters are just remaining the same. The January low is held. The February low was a little bit above the January low. The ranges are narrowing. So the February high is slightly higher than the March high, and again the March low is in turn a bit higher than the Feb low, which is higher than the January low. So we're narrowing. We're in what you could describe as a triangle, and we just can't seem to make any gains on the upside. As soon as the bulls try to get control of this market, they lose control quite quickly. Now, just to drill down into some detail, you can see the 100-day moving average, the blue line, really did a great job of resistance, coupled with the trend line actually, which goes back to right at the beginning of the year. So the trend line was formed from the high in February. The high in March caught that trend line and the blue 100-day moving average, and the price then reversed back down. But as I say, the low managed to hold above the February low. Then we rallied up to the green 500-day moving average. That worked well as a resistance, and the market backed away again, but again a higher low. And now the 100-day moving average, well, that was acting as a strong resistance level last week, bang on the blue 100-day moving average. Yesterday, bulls got excited, managed to break higher, tested the 500-day moving average, the green line again, which worked so well in the middle of March, the second week of March, as a resistance area. That was perfect resistance yesterday, coupled with that trend line that goes back nearly 3 months. So again, bulls just can't manage to get these rallies, can't manage to sustain a rally. So I'm really concerned now that we dip back. We've got the 50-day moving average around 40,600. That's been a good support level now for quite a few days. It was a good little resistance level here and here. So, and again, it was a good little support level around the middle of February when it was tested, and then once it broke, it became resistant. So this black 50-day moving average is the one to watch on the downside, 40,600. That's where it's at. Break below 40,000, and we could be heading back down to 38,000. But really, we need to see a breakout of this triangle. It could be weeks before it happens. When it does, we should get quite a good move. Which direction we go in, well, that's anybody's guess. I favour a move to the downside, but I'm not going to gamble. I'm going to wait until the price tells me which way we are likely to go. Ripple looked a little bit more promising recently. Certainly, we broke above the 100-day moving average, the blue line, when it had been quite good resistance. We broke above the green line, the 500-day moving average. I really had high hopes. So the fact that we had a big blue candle a couple of days ago wasn't a big surprise. It looked like we had broken above a trend line going back to the end of December, but then the sellers came in, and we've got what looks like a doji, maybe even a gravestone doji, where the price pushed up. The bulls are happy. We made a new high for the week, a new high for the month actually, really looking positive, but then we just could not hold on to the gains. Sellers came in, market closed fractionally down on the day, and now we have a red candle follow through. So the question is, can we hold support around the 500-day moving average, the green line I've got here, around 0.8. We've got a trend line at the same area. If we break below there, we've got some support from the 100-day moving average, which is around 76.90. The 50-day moving average around 76.50. So 80 is important. 77.00, 76.50 is also important. If we can hold there, then we may have something for the bulls to a base for the bulls to build on. We might even have a positive moving average crossover here. The 50 may even cross over above the 100-day moving average, which would be a good sign. But you know, we just can't seem to string together more than 2 or 3 days of a bull run before the sellers come back in again. So not the prettiest picture for Ripple, and maybe more sideways action. That certainly is what I would favour at the moment. Ethereum also had looked quite positive. This bounce off the green 500-day moving average really gave me some confidence that the bulls could really get control of this market now. The green 500-day moving average, I think we only traded below that once in the history of Ethereum. So it really looked like this was a solid base that we could really run from. Well, we've had a bit of a trickle up. I would call it a trickle up rather than a good solid run, punctuated with a couple of red candles as it stands today. We've fallen really at the first hurdle, which is this trend line going back to the second week of January, the blue 100-day moving average. We didn't even manage to touch that yesterday before turning lower. So this will be important. It's around around $3,050 to $3,100. Can we test that? Well, not today by the looks of it, because we're backing away from it already. Again, the 50-day moving average working as a support area around the $2,800 area for Ethereum. Had worked as a good resistance level there as well. We've got some Fibonacci levels around that low $28 area, $2,800 area. So it will be really important. We start breaking below 2750, and I think it's all over for the bulls. Then the bulls absolutely must hang on to this green 500-day moving average area around $26, $2,600, $25.50. If we can bounce off there again, well, there's some hope that eventually the bull run can resume, and this is just a correction phase that we've been experiencing. But we start breaking below 2,500 and things could get quite serious to the downside. So that's my best outlook for crypto at the moment. We'll try and catch up with that next week. If we get any breakouts, anything interesting, hopefully then a swing trade if we can either break above sort of 3,100 or break below 2,500 in Ethereum. If you like this video, please do share, subscribe, please like it, and please do visit our website if you're interested in getting daily analysis and trade ideas on the crypto markets, daytradeideas.co.uk.